Hello everyone. We continue to consider such a debut as the Scandinavian defense. The last 5 or 6 videos were about him. If you are interested in him, you can go to the channel and watch a bunch of videos about him. They are the last. In general, videos on the channel are released daily, so after watching, if you like it, subscribe. Today there will be the next version of the Scandinavian defense with moves e4, d5. The most important thing, of course, is taking 1. The queen beats d5. Here, most often, maybe 90% of the time, even 99, will play with you the knight c3 move, but there is also a good move. This is the d4 move. This is a little worse than the king's horse, but it does not spoil the position in any way. Capturing the center turns out to be white. Black plays a knight at 6. You, on the black side, are just developing an easy figure. The central committee continues to seize the center. Queen e4 check. White closed with the bishop on e3, developed his light figure, reinforced the center. Everything is fine, the position is absolutely equal, so far nothing terrible is happening. And here, playing with black, you can take and undermine this center with the move e5. Such an interesting undermining, the knight finally enters the field of c3, attacking the queen and bishop b4. And here, in fact, it also seemed to me at first glance that this was some kind of yawn. That is, the elephant yawned, but this is not quite true. The most accurate move in this position is the queen's move on the field b3. Yes, I see that there is a queen move here, and it would seem, almost won the bishop, and we will consider it. And therein lies the trap. To begin with, I'll show you the right order, the right move. They attacked an elephant, exchanged, took it away, ate it, and this is the position that arises, absolutely equal. Then you can either exchange the queen, but it's probably better to leave without giving white the advantage of 2 bishops. The position is quite open, and if you change the face, then white here, it seems to me it will be more pleasant. They have a black elephant standing well, a white elephant is developed. You can already cast in the long side. Yes, black can cast in the short side, but still I will give preference to white here. But look, on the move bishop b4, it is quite logical to play queen a4, and this move does not even lose yet. That is, black, it would seem. Well, what is it here? It's a fork. Somehow we have to defend ourselves. The only defensive resource is the move of the knight of the king. This is a very accurate move, friends. We defended ourselves, we closed ourselves off from the Shah, and here it was necessary not to be greedy. Greed never leads to good in chess. Remember this. If you see that you can win some piece, take a closer look, and suddenly it's a fraud, suddenly it's a victim. In this case, just the same trap is that you lure white to make the moves you need. That is, they seem to have won the bishop, you defended yourself, and now, well, 5 should win the figure. It's absolutely logical. They attack the horse. Here the horse protects the elephant. If the horse moves away, the horse has not gone anywhere, he is generally tied up. That is, let's say he tries to untie the knight. First he loses the knight, then he loses the bishop. Going into castling he loses the knight, then either a pawn or a bishop. That is, black's problems seem to be incredible. But it's all an illusion, it's a deception. And the move. There are even 2 moves here. There is a very strong move and there is a more beautiful option, but a little less good. Now I'm going to show you a very strong move. A very strong move is taking the knight from the check. Here you need to pick up and the horse hits the field d5. The pawn is tied now, it is impossible to take the knight, because the queen will be lost. You need to overlap the bishop and another pawn is lost. As a result, the king is weak, the pawns are doubled. The king has not castled yet, and he cannot cast yet, because this is a broken field. You can't rock under the check, you can't pass through the check either. These are chess rules, you need to know such things. Also, black has 2 whole fat pawns now and good pieces are much more active. Black's position is close to being completely won straight. Well, it's hard to lose such a position here, it will be hard to break white. The engine shows -7.5 pawns. It's like you have 2 pawns and a rook on top. This is a very good position. But there is a more interesting option. On the move d5 pawn can be played immediately. The horse beats d5. And here, if only if white takes the knight, you beat the knight with a check, you have to take it and the queen is lost on the field and fall with a hidden blow like this. And how it was necessary to play. If the knight of the king is a normal move, d5 could not be played, it was necessary to go to the long side in castling. Yes, here the knight climbs, the pawns deteriorate. It would seem that, well, what kind of ruins are these? There's actually a hole on the queen side next to the king. This is a very unpleasant position, but it is actually close to equal, that is, a little bit better for black. The elephant is working, now the second elephant is being connected, relatively the center is now behind the white color. Yes, it looks very dangerous somehow, but according to the engine, not according to human feelings, this position is equal. Also, on the move, the knight beats d5, you could have a little fun. So on the move, the knight beats d5. It was possible, in my opinion, to go into castling too. Yes, there is such an option. That is, of course, it is impossible to take a pawn for taking, because a peach is lost. What to do? We need to go into castling, and before that, too, it was necessary to go into castling, as I showed. Here, of course, the option is worse. Let's take a closer look at it. Here they went into castling, took the knight, and now they attack the queen with the pace of white, developing an easy figure. Black counterattacks the queen retreats, picks up the white pawn and retreats with the queen. As a result, 2 extra pawns are now in black's state, but the position is already slightly less won than last time. Also, these 2 bishops work, the rook can also earn on the open, but here 2 knights are already on the queen side, they will disperse somewhere, pawns will roll, the bishop can be brought out somewhere, you can even try for a change. Black also attacks point w2. Also, black has castling ready and, in principle, everything is fine with them. But I repeat that from the very beginning, few people will be here to play with you for 4. This is so that you don't place big bets on this option. Most often, they still play with a knight, but you can even see the d4, too. Let's look at the database of how many games there are. So here somewhere the total number is something I don't see, but even 700 played like that. That is, it was the gross masters who played d4 here, about 400, 500 games played. But this is only within the framework of the personal. In general, in chess, of course, the game was played much more. That is, the probability of meeting such a move exists, and you will know how interesting it is to set a trap. Also, in principle, the scheme that the queen comes out with a fork, closes with a knight and tries to knock down the knight is very common also in other openings. This is a working topic, but we need to count the options. Well, dear friends, thank you so much for watching. Here, somewhere, hints for the following videos should pop up. If you want to watch more, you can follow the prompts, you can come to the channel, you can go down in the comments to write me comments, put likes, read comments. Do what you want to have a good mood, happiness, health and a peaceful sky over your head. Bye bye.